Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Smiley's heating and cooling race night here in the month of August. Hard to believe we're already pushing September, but that is certainly the case. August 23rd here on this beautiful evening in Hampton. The weather is absolutely perfect. Temperatures in the upper 70s. The cloud cover is significant. That'll make great speed here for Mosquito Joe Pro Qualifying here to start us off this afternoon. Adam Albrock down here with you in the pit lane. Brian White will be joining us here momentarily. We're watching the Pepsi Grand Stocks on track right now. It's Paul Lubno in the 14th, most recent division winner here at Langley. 18.344 seconds has him up top of the board. Brian Hutchins, Nate Lundeen, and Mike Parker on track. Excuse me, that's Gary Kidder, the 33 machine, his teammate. 4 cars have qualified. This is the 5th car. Just like that, it's the Mosquito Joe Chevrolet. Mad Dog, Bill Aker on track. He has had a terrific season, second in points, still looking for that second career win. Could come here tonight. He's been very, very close at late. I gotta imagine they are chipping away at it, meaning for a win here at the Grand Stock competition. And would you know it, he's gonna go to the top, 18.216 seconds. Mad Dog getting us kicked off from Mosquito Joe pole qualifying. It's the Mosquito Joe Chevrolet getting the first pole of the afternoon.
How about that? We have got car number 29. Very fast here on the Speedway. We're talking about Bill Aker. The last qualifier goes straight to the top here this afternoon, puts his car on the Mosquito Joe pole. And Adam, that's pretty good for the sponsor payoff. What do you think about that?
I got to imagine Rob Rummels and team are absolutely loving that. The 29 gets his first pole of the season, and actually they had to go out a few minutes ago to run a lap, but they couldn't complete it because the 33 of Gary Kidder had spun out, so they came back down pit road, but didn't hurt them. They are still good enough to go quickest. And again, looking for that first win. Brian, they've been close as of late.
They have been extremely close. We're talking about Mad Dog, as he's known, Bill Aker. He is currently second in the championship chase, just 15 points behind Paul Lubno, who is currently the top driver in the Pepsi Grand Stocks. Bill Aker, his best finish, a runner-up on a couple of occasions. And Adam, you remember that race just a few weeks ago. He was so close to finding Dale Emmons victory lane, leading the race, but went for a spin late in the event.
Yeah, he had worked so hard to get by Paul Lubno, and in fact did make the pass. And right as he did, the car stepped out from underneath him, and he did go around, ultimately did not win the race. I imagine they're ready for a little bit of redemption. And also worth noting in the Grand Stock competition, Tim Wilson not competing tonight, driver 17 on a part-time schedule. He was on the show with Jack Dodson and I earlier this week and said he is going to be cutting back on Langley the rest of the year and exploring other things. So we can give a shout out to driver 17 as well.
How about that? So Bill Aker will start P1 when we drop the green flag a little bit later on for Smiley's heating and cooling night at the racetrack. This is going to be round 17 of the 2025 season. The Grand Stocks will turn 40 trips around this 4/10 of a mile oval. It'll be race 5 of 7 presented by Smiley's Heating and Cooling. So Bill Aker will lead the field of the green flag to his right elbow. That'll be car 14, your current point standings leader, Paul Lubno. Row 2 will be Ryan Hutchins in car 27, with Nate Lundeen firing off 4th, and Gary Kidder posted the 5th fastest lap in Mosquito Joe pole qualifying for this, the Pepsi Grand Stocks. Again, getting set to continue qualifying here this evening, presented by Mosquito Joe. Up next, you see the old school video game Super Streets lining up on pit road. They're going to come out for 2 laps for each of those race cars. Following the old school video game Super Streets, we're going to have the Farley Financial U cars, followed by the Pro 6 division here this evening. Pro 6s will be coming out here in a bit, and that is presented by VA811.com. Then we'll cap off qualifying with the Hoosier driver late models. They'll actually have an extra lap to put some heat in the tires. They'll have a scuff lap on the opening trip around. Then they'll come around to take the green flag for the first of 2 flyer laps. We take the best lap of the 2, and that is considered the lap of record for each driver. And then the fastest car in qualifying starts the race in first position or inside of row 1. Everybody else lines up based on how they got around this 4/10 of a mile oval. And Adam, we talk about it week in and week out. These races are short. Qualifying is the key to potentially finding Dale Emmons victory lane.
I mean, you talk about being the ability to pass. It is extremely difficult to get around competitors here at Langley with the flat racetrack and everybody fighting for the bottom. So the closer you can start up front, the easier your night will be. And of course, that's on the minds of all of these drivers as they get set to go. Some races are longer than others, so if you do qualify a little further back, you have some time. But right now, these super streets are thinking about going fast for a couple laps. They've got 40 laps tonight. They're going to put on a show. We'll see who can get on the pole, because really the pole position has been pretty much where you want to start if you're going to win this race. We've seen that multiple times with Sammy Gaeta, but he's got plenty of drivers here ready to give fight to him, and they're on deck next.
That's right, the old school video game Super Streets now beginning to roll on the Speedway. Thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live and YouTube. Interact with us. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We'd love to chat with you and interact with you again on our social media channels. Hey, hop in the car if you're watching online. Get to the racetrack before 7 o'clock. That's when we'll kick off the Smiley's Heating and Cooling Night at the racetrack. If for some reason maybe you're watching from the state of Washington, or maybe you're in Texas, tune in to Flow Racing live, 7 o'clock Eastern time here this evening. We'll have flag-to-flag coverage of the entire Smiley's Heating and Cooling Night at the races. First up on the track, the driver that's currently 6th in the championship standings. This is car 33, Chris Spangler. Chris Spangler out on the racetrack right now, coming off some great finishes, 5th place in the last race. This is going to be round 9 of the 2025 season. So a couple of 5th places for this driver. He actually has had a best finish of 3rd back in May. Lap number 1, the quick lap here, 19.073 seconds for Chris Spangler in car 33. Up next, this is going to be car number 12 on the racetrack. That is Sean Calloway. He is from Virginia Beach in the Cal's Pizza Marty Strickland Racing Engines car. Love the little slices of pizzas. That car sideways coming off of turn number 4. And Adam, that's the worst possible place to have problems when you're spinning, losing that momentum and time coming off of turn 4 to take the white flag, because it kills both laps.
Yeah, that's going to hurt his first lap, and we're seeing it now. 19.0 for Spangler, a 19.7 for Calloway, and that kills his momentum coming to the green and to the white flag as he coasts across the line on lap 2. He was out of it in turns 3 and 4, so it's going to be a little bit of work to do for driver 12. He's going to be fun to watch coming through the field.
He knew that that was not going to be the lap, so you saw him coast across the finish line. He is searching for his first top 5 in 2025, is currently 8th in the championship chase. On track right now, this is your current point standings leader, and what a year he has had here in 2025. The driver that calls Pocosin home, the Guardian Auto Repairs, surfs up. Chevrolet coming out of turn number 4, Sammy Gaeta, 4 wins in 8 races. That's right, half of the races he has went to Dale Lemon's victory lane. And Adam, he's going to go all the way to the top here early in qualifying.
How about that? 2 3/4 of a second for Sammy Gaeta. 18.7 to a 19.0. Here comes Gaeta across the stripe. He goes even quicker. 18.650. New fastest town. It's the former champ from Pocosin.
25 points. That's the advantage he has coming into tonight's races, searching for yet another championship for Sammy Gaeta, and it could come this year. Next out on the Speedway, this is car 41, the rookie competitor. We're talking about Corey Bradley. Corey Bradley out on the Speedway. He's the top rookie here in 2025, currently 5th in the championship standings, and he earned his best finish of his career. He actually tied it the last time out on July 26th when he came home in 4th place. That gives him 3 top 5 finishes here in 2025, and he is solidly in the 5th position in the championship standings. Right now, lap 1 good enough for 3rd quickest, 19.310 seconds, and he'll pick it up another 1/10 of a second. He'll stay slotted in the 3rd spot, 19.239 seconds for Corey Bradley in car 41. Next up on the racetrack, he is 3rd in the point standings. This is Gordon Weeks.
Bit of a quiet year for driver 20, winless on the campaign, but for Brian Point, 3rd in points. Very consistent speed from the GT Weeks Construction Chevrolet. He's the 5th car to take time, and what does he have for that Sammy Gaeta lap for everybody watching at home? It is 4/10 of a second from Sammy Gaeta to the rest of the field. Gordon Weeks is going to chop a little bit off of that at 19.001 seconds for more here on lap number 2.
He drives the Weeks Construction Chevrolet, 3rd in the championship chase. Best finish as a runner-up back on April 26th. Got another podium finish the last time out. And Gordon Weeks right now provisionally outside of row 1, lap 2 quicker than the opening trip around this racetrack. 18.865 seconds for car 20, Gordon Weeks. Next up, he is your defending champion. 3 titles for this driver. We're talking about Dale Nichols. Dale Nichols out on the speedway. He's always a threat to win when he shows up at the racetrack. He drives the Ardent Builders. Gene Nichols Plumbing also has power plants made by Marty Strickland. Dale Nichols across the line. Lap 1, third quick for the Hayes, Virginia driver. 18.993 seconds. He needs about 3.5 tenths of a second if he wants to get to Sammy Gaeta and take the top spot. Can he do it? Coming off of turn 4. And he will not. He'll slow down about 1/10 of a second, goes from an 18.993 to a 19.0 second lap for Dale Nichols. Third quick here in qualifying, presented by Mosquito Joe. Rolling on now, we're watching car number 28 out on the racetrack. Another phenomenal year, Adam, for the driver. That was last year's Rookie of the Year.
Jacob Wood just so under the radar, but so fast every week. The Cale Yarborough throwback, definitely one of the sharper looking rides in this division, and it's fast as well. Brian's point, second in points. He's got a win that came last season. He's hungry to get back to victory lane. See if it can come tonight. Right now, lap 1 is very good, 18.903 seconds. He's about 4/100ths off of Gordon Weeks. Can he eclipse that? No, he's going to slow down just a bit, so Jacob is 3rd out of 7.
Jacob Wood, 2nd in the championship chase, coming off a 7th place finish in the last race, although prior to that, he had finishes of 2nd and 3rd, giving him now 3 podium efforts for 2025. Jacob Wood currently inside of row 2, position number 3. Tommy Smith is on the racetrack. We've got the colorful car number 24 rolling through turns 3 and 4. Typically the quick way around this racetrack, right along the bottom of the speedway, as Tommy Smith will complete lap number 1, 7th out of the 8 cars thus far, 19.449 seconds for car 24, making his 3rd start in 2025. His last race that he competed, it was the end of May, so good to have Tommy back with us here in 2025. He'll actually gain 1 position on the 2nd lap, so a net pickup of 1 spot. He'll go to 6th quick, provisionally outside of row 3, 19.234 seconds for Tommy Smith. All right, next down the racetrack. Is this Tim Richmond, Adam?
It sure looks that way, my friend. Caleb Wood behind the wheel in the number 27. This is out of the Woods Garage team, teammates to the Jacob Wood car. And yes, the Tim Richmond throwback, very, very sharp looking ride. The maroon, red, and gold on this number 27. He is going to slot in at 8th quickest, 19.480 seconds. A little bit of work to do to catch teammate Jacob, but Caleb making his 2nd start here, trying to cut his teeth here in the Super Streets.
This is the Woods Body Shop Charles City Timber and Matte race car. Sharp paint scheme for Caleb Wood, who is 10th quick here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Qualifying, rolling on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Couldn't ask for better weather for late August. Hard to believe we're going into Labor Day weekend. Next weekend, the unofficial end of summer. That pains me, Adam, to even say that, because I'm the guy that wants to see summer all year long.
Well, you and me both, my friend. It has snuck up on us in a hurry, but it is indeed that time, and you'd think we're already in fall with this weather. To your point, it is absolutely beautiful down here. Temperatures in the upper 70s, and it's going to be perfect for race conditions tonight. Perfect for sitting in the grandstands and enjoying some local short track racing.
Absolutely. Now we're watching 21-year-old competitor Angelo Stellan. The white 72 car, his 4th year in the old school video game Super Streets. Owner driver since 16 years of age. That turnkey technical services race car. A sharp business guy and race car driver for Angelo Stellan. 9th quickest, 19.403 seconds. Again, for car 72, Angelo Stellan currently 7th, that is, in the point standings, coming off a 6th place finish, his best of the year, the last time these cars hit the racetrack. So Sammy Gaeta does it. He'll take the Mosquito Joe Pole Award. That driver, that car, that is now leaving the end of pit road will start this 40-lap race in the catbird seat for car 21. Gordon Weeks will line up to his right side on row 1. Row 2 will be Jacob Wood and Dale Nichols, and Chris Spengler rounds out the top 5. Tommy Smith posted the 6th fastest lap. Corey Bradley, the rookie competitor, was 7th. Blake Wood, 8th. 9th to Angelo Stellan, and Sean Calloway will fire off outside of row 5 when we drop the green flag coming up here in just a bit. Good afternoon. Welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Some great fans here in the stands. Had a chance to talk to Laura and Carol's sisters. Always good to see them at the racetrack. They've been coming here for quite some time. They love stock car racing. Adam, probably just as much as we do, as we're ready to go after it here in just a bit.
Absolutely. Can't get enough of it. And as I said, it's going to be a great night for it. You couldn't ask for better weather and a better atmosphere here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway to watch some short track racing, especially with the timeline that we're facing, buddy. We just talked about it. Labor Day's coming up. We're running out of time. So come on out, enjoy the final few race weekends of the year, because they're going to go by quick.
That race fans, don't let much spoil your time outdoors. But are you spinning your wheels when it comes to getting rid of mosquitoes? Let Mosquito Joe make outside fun again for you and your crew. Mosquito Joe treatments allow you to enjoy your yard without the nuisance of pesky mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. No more itching and scratching, and no more wasting time on smelly products that don't work. When you call Mosquito Joe, be sure to mention Langley Speedway and receive 50% off your first spray. Visit MosquitoJoe.com or call 855-ASK-A-JOE to get started. And remember to mention Langley Speedway. With Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
You can have confidence in knowing you have a strong, skillful, and dedicated legal team.
Larry King knows accidents and injuries. He knows the law, and he can help. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
We have nearly 40 years of trial experience and have helped tens of thousands of people for all types of serious personal injuries, criminal offenses, and other serious legal matters. Larry King Law has the knowledge, experience, commitment, and resources to be your powerful advocate.
Taylor Waste Services, locally owned and operated, still providing old-fashioned customer service. 11, 20, 30, 40 cubic yard roll-off containers for construction debris, industrial waste, yard debris, and most types of non-hazardous waste. Trash compactors are available and flexible hours with Saturday pickup available when needed. Located in Hampton and serving the entire Tidewater area. Competitive rates, they take Visa and MasterCard. Call now, 723-1131. Taylor Waste Services. Service is what they sell.
Moving on now to the Farley Financial U-Cars here this afternoon at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Thanks for tuning in here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hop in the car, head to the racetrack. Adam, we talked about it a few moments ago. For those that are just tuning in, the fans that are here, the drivers and crew members in the pits, we could not ask for better weather today.
Yeah, Yeah, we have been very lucky here these last few weeks. It has been absolutely gorgeous. There is a slight breeze. Temperature is not too warm out, and with the cloud cover, it makes it very, very nice. It's going to make it nice for these drivers because that's going to bring grip into the racetrack. So definitely good vibes all around. Race fans, again, if you're considering coming out, this is a perfect night to do it. Great racing. A little bit of something for everybody, Brian. 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders. We got a little bit of it all here on Smiley's Heating and Cooling Race Night. Perfect weather to go along with it.
Got Will Holland up in the tower with me. Jack Dodson, my good buddy, is next door. He is saying, hey, I'm watching from right beside you. Steve Beliski, another great buddy of mine, he's watching from gate 4. Charles is watching from Iowa. Hello, Iowa. We also have, looks like Falcon Carlos tuned in. And then watching from Nashville, that is Scott Lucas. And glad to have everybody tuned in. Harold is also joining us here on Facebook Live. Interact with us on the socials. Tell us who you're rooting for, and we'll talk with you here this afternoon. Mikey Chin has gone to the top of the leaderboard in car number 3. I looked down, not sure if I saw some smoke or not, but nevertheless, Mikey Chin's the fastest, 18.9 seconds for that 3-race car. Steve Justice and Zach Hardline are currently 2nd and 3rd, respectively. Hardline will move to 2nd now. That'll drop kick Steve Justice back to 3rd. Car 32 picked up some speed on that 2nd trip around, 19.559 seconds. Chasing Mikey Chin, the current best driver here in practice, 18.900 seconds as we continue on here with Mosquito Joe pole qualifying. And Adam, you were here very early today, and we had some, let's just say, some activity in this division during practice.
We have seen all kinds of action. We've seen a couple of cars get together. We've seen a couple of cars in the outside retaining wall. We just saw Thomas Fontaine have shifter cable troubles. There was a hex on this division today, my friend. It has been chaos from the beginning of practice earlier today. A couple of cars that will not be competing tonight. Brett Burgess had some contact with another car. The 89 of Kyle Bunn found the outside retaining wall. He was transported to a local hospital. He's okay, but just going for further treatment. And the 22 of Lee Reddit also found the wall, but he is here racing, so that's good news for the Mosquito Joe team. But you're right, it has been absolutely chaotic, Brian. Imagine it's going to be that way come race time.
It probably will. Ron Strickland, 3rd out of the 4 cars, 20.041 seconds for the Mad Dog Motorsports driver that calls Chesapeake home. Ron Strickland 10th in the championship standings, coming off a 13th place finish in the most recent race. Ron Strickland P3 as we now move to car 64 on the racetrack. This is your current point standings leader. He has 4 victories here in 2025. He is the defending race winner for this series. Their last race was on July the 12th. They're back now for round 7 of the 2025 season. Thomas Fontaine out on the racetrack. Car 64, where does he slot in at? Survey says, Adam, P3.
And I mentioned those shifter problems that they had down here. Charlie Bryant, Sparky West, and Mad Dog Bill Aker, the Grand Stock pole sitter who owns this race car, was down here feverishly working on it. They were trying to get it connected back so Thomas could shift gears. And imagine he's having a little bit of trouble right now mechanically. He's about 5/10 and some change after the Mikey Chin lap. That is not what we're used to seeing from the 64 team. So they might have a little bit of work to do come race time. He is 3rd out of 5.
So Thomas Fontaine will have some work to do if he wants to pick up the 5th win of the year. Right now, we have had 6 races, 3 different winners. Thomas Fontaine, the only driver with multiple wins. Again, 4 to be exact. Other winners this year, Jason Auckland and Mikey Chin, both have 1 win apiece. Next out on the racetrack, this driver is fast every time he shows up. Keep your eyes on car number 5. We're talking about the Newport News Easy Auto Spare Times race car. This is Jason Auckland. Auckland's 2nd quick here thus far, 19.108 seconds. He'll go faster on lap number 2, but he is 6/100ths of a second slower than Mikey Chin. So Jason Auckland's 2nd quick, his lap time 18.968 seconds for car number 5. We talked about he is one of 3 drivers that have won. His win came on June 7th, coming off a 3rd place finish in the most recent contest. Next out on the racetrack, it's car number 66. This is Jeremy Jones. And Adam, wow, where did that lap come from?
Jeremy Jones to the top, 18.855 seconds. That's about 4/100ths. Better than the Mikey Chin lap. This car's had some speed. They've had good top 5 speed, but they've just not had any luck go their way. They're sitting outside the top 5 in points because of it. They just need to put the race together. Tonight could be that night. He slows down a little on lap 2, but he is quickest out of 7.
Wow, Jeremy Jones is the fastest thus far in Mosquito Joe pole qualifying. He's coming off his best finish of the year, 4th place. That gives him 2 top 5 finishes this year, his first since the season opener in April. So he has got a lot of momentum on his side. He is the quickest. That'll drop kick Mikey Chin back to 2nd. On your screen now is car number 83. This is Lacey Hogg. Lacey Hogg from Newport News in the ZKS Express Kelly Carpets Incorporated sponsored car for car 83, 8th quickest on the opening trip around, 21.382 seconds for Lacey. Right now, Lacey is 12th in the championship standings. As she brings that car back off of turn number 4, sees the checkered flag. She'll pick up some speed on lap number 2, but she'll stay provisionally outside of row 4 with a time of 21.271 seconds as we continue on here with qualification for this Farley Financial U-Cars. There'll be race 1 of 7 here this evening for the Smiley's Heating and Cooling race night. They'll have 25 times around this speedway. Next out on the racetrack, coming around to take the white flag, indicating 1 lap is in the books, 1 more to go. For car 3, this is Michael Walters. Michael Walters on the track, 8th in the point standings. Best finish this year of 6th back on April the 5th. That was our season opening race night for Michael Walters, as he brings that car back off of turn number 4 to see the checkered flag calls Yorktown home, sponsored by Lil's Restaurant, Sandbar Grill and Pub for car number 3. Don't have a time. Now we have a time for Michael Walters. 6th quick overall, 19.820 seconds. Next out on the racetrack, this is car number 99, and this, Adam, was a car that was involved in a practice earlier, or a wreck, I should say, in practice earlier today.
Yeah, we mentioned the problems for Brett Burgess. Well, that's because this car had something to say about it, and it wasn't Crystal behind the wheel. It was actually Sparky that was driving her husband, who races in the limited late models. They just rebuilt the motor, or had a new motor installed in this car in the last week or so. She had mechanical problems and could not compete with this car last time out. So he just was doing a shakedown, trying to feel it out, and they feel good about what they have. But remember race fans, that last race, Crystal and Brent did not see eye to eye. Well, Sparky let them know here in practice. That is why the number 18 will not compete. Crystal goes P6 meanwhile.
Crystal West, 5th in the championship standings. Her best finish this year is a 3rd in mid-April. And you heard Adam say she is 4th fastest overall, 19.280 seconds. Our 11th qualifier is out on the racetrack right now. This is Lee Reddit, a rookie competitor in car number 22 from Suffolk, sponsored by Mosquito Joe, also part of the Mad Dog Motorsports racing team, as he'll see the white flag in the air for Lee Reddit, 5th fastest overall, 19.287 seconds for Lee Reddit, tied with Crystal West for 5th in the championship standings. They both come into this race with 118 points. So whoever finishes ahead of who this evening will break the tie. Lee Reddit with 1 top 5 finish here in 2025, and he'll slow down on lap number 2, so that'll keep him in position number 5. Again, lap 1, 19.287 seconds. Lap 2, about 0.2 of a second slower. And Adam, how about it? Jeremy Jones will win the Mosquito Joe Pole Award.
First pole for driver 66. Jeremy, you guys have been fighting this car tooth and nail all season. How great does this feel, my friend?
I feel very accomplished already, man, so hopefully we can put it together and get a win tonight.
Tonight the night that you guys finally find your way there. You've been close before.
Tonight is the night.
All right, calling his shot. Driver 66, Jeremy Jones. Going to be fun to watch, Brian.
He said tonight is the night. Lots of confidence coming from Jeremy Jones, and we talked about it. He's coming off his best finish of the year when he came home in 4th place in their last race on July the 12th, so a little more than a month since they've competed, but he has not forgotten how good that car was that night, and he has come out and taken all the boys and girls to the woodshed by posting the fastest lap here in Mosquito Joe qualifying. So Jeremy Jones in Team 66 will lead the field to the green flag for the 25-lap race. Again, it's the opening event for this Smiley's heating and cooling night at the racetrack. He'll be joined along on the front row with Mikey Chen. Row 2 will be Jason Auckland and Crystal West, and Lee Reddit rounds out the top 5. Qualifying 6th here this afternoon for the Barley Financial U cars. That was Zach Hardline. Thomas Fontaine posted the 7th fastest lap. Michael Walters 8th. 9th to Ron Strickland, followed by Steve Justice and Lacey Hogg when we drop the green flag a little bit later this evening. Okay, we have now completed qualifying for a total of 3 series, 2 more to go, including coming up next the VA811.com Pro 6s, and then we'll cap off qualifying with the Hoosier Driver late models. That's all coming up here in just a bit. I want to say hello to Robin Napier, says good luck to Danny, Donovan, and Greg Edwards watching you from Florida or the Sunshine State here this afternoon. Again, if you can join us, please come on out to the racetrack. Beautiful weather conditions. We've got a lot of great fans here this afternoon. I would say basking in sunshine, but hey, we've got some cloud cover. Adam, I think the drivers like that. The team members like it. It's a little bit cooler down there in the pit area, but it also helps these cars go a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's going to take some of the heat out of the racetrack with that direct sunlight, and so that's going to bring the grip up on the racetrack and bring the lap times down. Perfect conditions for Mosquito Joe pole qualifying. There is a slight breeze from turn 1 all the way to turn 4, so across the racetrack, you definitely feel it down here in the pit lane, but just something worth keeping an eye on. But again, these conditions could not be any better. We're going to see some quick times here in just a minute. The Pro 6s are on deck.
Lori Ann is also tuned in, says hello, Danny Harrell, on our Facebook Live page here at Langley Speedway. Moving on now to the next series here. This is the VA811.com Pro 6 Series. And they are getting set for a big race here tonight, a 25 circuit contest. It'll be race 4 of 7 on your race program for the evening. First out on the racetrack, taking the green flag, this is Chris Bechtel. Bechtel currently 3rd in the championship chase, 7 points behind Andrew Roten, who is also a rookie competitor in this series. He also leads the championship standings, but Chris is only 1 point behind Matt Dale, who is currently 2nd in the championship chase. Chris Bechtel searching for that first win. He's coming off of 2 consecutive runner-up finishes, so he has been so close. But Adam, he has had lots of success this year and last year in our Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks.
He has been the man as of late in a pickup truck, that is for sure. Last year's champ definitely is a threat for this year's championship, but still looking for that first Pro 6 win. Brian, to your point, he's been very, very close. Tonight could be that night. He's quickest he's the only driver on track. Definitely going to be gunning for that win. Keep an eye on the 67. Here's Ray Roman on the track in the 95.
Ray Roman, he is rolling here on the backstretch midway down. He'll crank that car down into turn number 3. Hope it'll stick, and it looks like it does for Ray Roman, as he'll see the white flag. Lap 1 is done. 18.698 seconds for car number 95, Ray Roman. Ray 4th in the point standings, had a 4th place finish in their last race. Hard to believe it's been a while since they've competed. June 21st. So good to have them back out after nearly 60 days of no racing action for this series. So Ray Roman is currently 2nd quick. Lap 2 was faster than the opening trip around, 18.406 seconds. The fast lap has been set by Chris Bechtel, although we're early on in Mosquito Joe qualifying. Bechtel clocked in at 18.128 seconds. Matt Dale is on the racetrack, 07. That's the race car from Portsmouth in the Slaughter and Lupton Law PLLC personal injury attorney sponsored car. Also the Hunger Life Condiment Ginger Built Repair. That's a new sponsor or partner for the driver, Adam, that has gone to the top.
Points leader and tied for the most division wins, Matt Dale on the racetrack. Great lap for 7. Lap 1 was good enough, but he's going to roll a little bit better on lap 2 just to put the icing on the cake. Want to take a second to give a shout out to longtime Pro 6 competitor and Langley Speedway competitor Andrew Roten. Andrew competed in the first half of this season. Car 51, if you remember, race fans. He just had his daughter, Blair Elizabeth, a couple of weeks ago, so he's taking some time off. Shout out to the Roten family. Hope they're doing well. Can't wait to see him back at the racetrack. Right now, Matt Dale, loving life. He is your pole sitter.
So we're going to have a new point standings leader following tonight's race. Matt Dale or Chris Bechtel. Who will leave here as the point standings leader? We're going to find out. That is going to do it for our Pro 6s presented by VA811.com. Coming up next, the final series to qualify for tonight's Smiley's Heating and Cooling Evening at the racetrack. It's the Premier Series. The Who's Your Driver late models, they are lined up on pit road. And we have a first-time Langley Speedway racer and an oval track racer that will be competing here tonight. That is Wesley Slimp. Talked with him briefly in the pit area earlier today. He is a road course specialist from Marietta, Georgia, and he is ready to have some fun in a late model stock car on an oval track. And we look forward to seeing car 7, that black car, midway down on pit road, or the 5th car in line. He'll be coming out here in just a bit. Lots of storylines to follow for this series. Again, the Who's Your Driver late models, as we continue on here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And this series ready to go. Greg Edwards is the current point standings leader as he is vying for a record-breaking 8th title. It could come this year for Greg Edwards. And I do want to go back to the VA811.com Pro 6s. Their last race was actually on July 26th. Matt Dale is the defending winner. He's got 3 checkered flags here in 2025. Andrew Roten, who is actually 4th in the point standings, he also has 3 victories. So we will update you on the point standings as we will go through all of the series here tonight as we watch here the Who's Your Driver late models out on the speedway. First driver to take a lap now. Again, the opening lap will be a scuff lap. This is car 08, Cody Bryant. Cody Bryant is on the racetrack. Bryant currently 10th in the championship standings, coming off a 3rd place finish in June. His most recent race on August the 9th was a 6th place effort. As Cody Bryant now midway down the backstretch on his first of 2 flyer laps. Brings the car through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag waving, and he'll register a time of 16.050 seconds for Cody Bryant. Cody Bryant driving the Chevrolet Camaro from Chesapeake, part of the Bryant Motorsports race team. He's your 2023 Limited Late Models champ. As Cody Bryant goes quicker on lap number 2, 15.920 seconds. He's back, car number 09, Michael Rogers. Adam, we went back to the season opening race. He had a vicious crash over in turn number 2, had to miss a majority of the races as they repaired that race car, but good to have Michael back.
Yeah, great to have Michael back in that number 09. Camaro looks just as fast as it did for the wrecking. And yeah, it took a while to get this thing buttoned up. The race team got to work, and now the car looks fast and looks just as pretty as it did as well. The blue and green colors on the number 09 Camaro coming off turn number 4. He's going to complete lap number 1. Slots in just behind the 08 at 16.98 seconds.
So Michael Rogers, second quickest. Can he go faster here on lap number 2? Getting ready to find out. Cody Bryant did pick up some speed on that second trip around. Michael Rogers across the line. He will slow down on lap number 2. So it went from a 16.1 to a 16.2 for car number 09, but again, good to have him back. On track right now, he's a winner here for the Late Model Stock Car Series back in April. Currently 3rd in the championship standings. This is Cole Bruce. Cole having a fantastic 2025 season. It's been a difficult year, Adam. We continue to have his family in our thoughts and prayers, but good to have Cole on the track.
Yeah, This race team lost their commander-in-chief, Robert Bruce, earlier this season, Cole's father and crew chief on this number 31 Toyota, but they have continued to fight and get after it. As you mentioned, Brian, already a winner this season. Here they come off turn number 4. He's going to slot in second just behind Cody. This number 31, always a force to be reckoned with. He had a runner-up a couple of weeks ago. Going to better that here tonight and try to chase down those Edwards boys.
He indeed will, as we see Cole Bruce currently second. Quick, can he get the pole? That car was out of shape coming out of turn number 4. May have kissed the wall if he didn't. He came really close, and it looks like he will pick up some speed on lap 2, but he'll stay in position number 2 with a time of 15.943 seconds, 2/100ths of a second behind Cody Bryant, who right now currently leads here in Mosquito Joe qualifying. We're still early as we're preparing for 2 twin races here tonight. That's right, 2 50-lap races. It'll be the second and 6th race here of the evening. We're qualifying for the first race. Race 2 will start based on how they finish race number 1, although we'll invert at a minimum 8 drivers, meaning if you win race 1, you could start as deep as outside of row 4, the 8th spot. We could invert up to 12. That'll be NASCAR's discretion, and they will announce that after race 1. So you don't even know, Adam, when you start the race, and actually when you're coming to the checkers, you don't know if you're going to be the pole setter for race 2 if you finish 8th or not.
And that's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on in race 1. If these drivers that are running mid-pack maybe don't feel like they have a shot to win, well, they can play a little bit of strategy, save some of their tire in their race car, and be put in position to win race number 2. We've seen that happen before, so that's something that we'll keep you updated with as we go through the evening. Brian, you mentioned this driver on track, Wesley Slimp in the number 7 machine. Raced for Halmar Motorsports in the Truck Series a couple of weeks ago, and now he's making his oval debut in NASCAR.
He is making his oval debut, ready to go here this evening. Had a lot of confidence when I talked with him in the pits earlier this afternoon. Says, hey, ready to have some fun. Made a connection with Rick Godovic in some sports car racing and said, hey, let's go try an oval race. Let's go to Hampton, Virginia. Practiced and tested the car yesterday. Ready to go here this evening. Wesley Slimp. You heard Adam talk about the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, ran at Lime Rock, also Watkins Glen most recently. Right now, Wesley Slimp on the track. We'll get a time here momentarily. Not sure if we're having transponder issues or not, but he is not registering at the moment. But here comes Slimp off of turn number 4. Look forward to watching him compete here tonight. The car visually looked good, but again, we'll get some times here from NASCAR timing and scoring in a matter of moments. Next up on the racetrack, this is car number 25, Craig Estep. Estep, Adam, he has had a colorful and decorated career in late model stock car racing.
Can't talk much about late models at Langley without mentioning Craig Estep, the veteran here at Langley, one of the most experienced drivers out here. Said we had a chance to talk to him, Brian, a little while ago, and he told us they've been working through some bugs in this race car. They haven't quite got it ironed out. Craig has stepped back from full-time competition. Only runs part-time, but he's enjoying the trips he does make, and right now trying to chase another checkered flag in the number 25 Chevy Camaro. He's going to slot in 5th, just above Wesley, at a 16.252 second lap.
One of the nicest guys you'll talk to in the garage. We really think a lot of Craig Estep, 64 years young, coming through turns 3 and 4. Sees that NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series checkered flag from Shane, rolling it there here, I should say unfurling it from atop the starter stand. And Craig Estep.
He's going to jump up to 3rd with that lap, Brian. 16.160 seconds. A great lap for the veteran.
It indeed is Craig Estep. An outstanding lap here on the track in car number 25, provisionally inside of row 2. Talked about how they have continued to work through the gremlins in that race car, and wow, I think they found some speed for sure early on. But Craig Estep, the veteran racer who knows this track very, very well. We always joke sometimes, hey, he could probably be blindfolded and go just as fast because he knows this track like the back of his hand. Next up on racetrack, this is the driver who has the most wins in 2025, 4 to be exact. Currently sets 2nd in the championship standings. We're talking about Chesapeake, Virginia's Woody Howard. Woody Howard has been a threat all year long, and right now he'll go to 3rd on the stopwatch as far as the scoreboard is showing, 15.954 seconds. He needs about 3/100ths of a second if he wants to take the top spot from current provisional pole setter Cody Bryant. Howard across the line, and Adam, he'll go to the top.
just by that much. He was trailing by 3/100ths. Now he's ahead by 3/100ths. 15.881 seconds. Brian, top 3 competitors, Woody, Cody, and Cole. 6/100ths separating them, all within 3/4 of a tenth of a second. It is very, very tight at the top. And now we're watching Riley Music on track.
Riley Music, a winner in late model stock car racing here at Langley Speedway, picked up his first ever late model stock car victory on June 7th, coming off a 3rd place finish a couple of Saturday nights ago on August the 9th. And right now, car 47, very fast here, a threat to win, hoping to pick up his 2nd win in this series, a limited late model champion. And car 47, Riley Music, right now P3 on lap number 1, 15.940 seconds. The current fast lap is set by Woody Howard at 15.881 seconds. Here comes Music across the line. Checkers are in the air. He'll go to 3rd spot and he'll stay there. Lap 1 was 15.9, lap 2 was 16.0. So we'll slow down just a bit. Ryan Matthews on track right now, car 51, 6th in the point standings. Best finish this year, a 2nd back on July 26th. He is hoping to get back down to Delleman's victory lane. He has won here over the years. A past Legends competitor in Ryan Matthews on track right now, 6th in the championship standings. He'll take the white flag for car 51. And Adam, lap 1, pretty good.
Race fans, if you're following along on Race Monitor, the transponder says Brendan Queen, but I can assure you it is not the 03. It is in fact the 51, P5 out of 9 for Matthews, 15.954 seconds. Across the stripe, he's going to go even quicker, 15.926 seconds, puts him up to 3rd.
So Ryan Matthews from Topping, Virginia, the owner of Matthews Designs, 19 years of racing, started competing out here in 2016. A 2-time champ as far as the Legends are concerned, 2019 and 2021, having some fun now in the late model stock car series. On track right now, Adam, he is searching for a record-breaking title here this year. He has been fast and he has won twice in 2025. We're talking about Greg Edwards.
He may not have to search much longer. This car has been stout every single time it hits the racetrack, extremely consistent. And Brian, with 2 wins, it definitely is looking good for that 8th title for Greg Edwards in a year that wasn't even supposed to happen. If you asked him last year, he said, no, we're going to take a step back. Well, here he is running full time and doing very, very well. P1 was P6 on lap 1, and now P2 on lap 2, 14/1000ths of a second. Get you some of that, 15.895 seconds off of Woody Howard.
Big pickup for the driver who goes P2. We're talking about Greg Edwards, 15. You heard 8.95 is the lap for the driver from Pocosin. On track right now, hits his nephew racing. This is car 27, the top rookie here in 2025. He's ran limited lates for the last couple of years. Now he's running late model stock car racing. This is Donovan Edwards. Donovan on the racetrack, the red and white Chevrolet car 27 from Pocosin. Across the line, lap 1 is completed. Donovan, 10th out of the 11 cars here at the moment. 16.231 seconds, hoping for a nice pickup here on lap 2. Most of our drivers have been faster on the 2nd trip around. They've had some more momentum built up, got even more heat in their tires. And indeed, Donovan Edwards will go faster on lap 2. He'll move up to 7th here with a time of 16.087 seconds. For Donovan Edwards, 7th in the championship standings. He does have 1 victory, Adam. He is the defending race winner.
That's right, driver 27 got it done in the most recent night, the twin night from a couple of weeks ago. He won race number 2, and who won the first race? Well, it was his father, Danny Edwards, 6-time, who just happens to be on track now.
On track, you heard Danny Edwards, a 6-time champion for the late model stock car series, presented by Who's Your Driver from Pocosin, the Danny's Glass Chevrolet. Across the line, white flag is in the air. Danny Edwards will go to 5th, 15.935 seconds. That drop kicks Riley Music back to 6th. So a nice lap for Danny Edwards. Can he keep the trend going to be faster on lap 2, possibly take the top spot? he will slow down on lap 2, but not by much. Adam, just 2/100ths of a second is the difference between lap 1 and 2.
And take a look at this, Brian. The top 7 separated by 6/100ths. From Woody Howard to Cole Bruce, 62 1,000ths. It is extremely tight at the top with just one car left to go. Let's see what the 45 can do. Veteran Doug Warren.
That's right. Doug Warren normally competes in the limited late models. Now he's going to run late models here this evening for car number 45. Again, this is Doug Warren. It'll be Doug's first late model stock car start here in 2025. Rolls the car over into turns 3 and 4. Right now it's Woody Howard, the fastest here on the property with a time of 15.881 seconds. And right now Doug Warren will be 13th overall, 16.566 seconds for car number 45 as he now rolls it through turns 3 and 4 one more time. Shane Snyder has that checkered flag and it's waving, and Doug Warren will stay 13th, 16.516 seconds for car 45. That means Woody Howard has done it. He'll win the Mosquito Joe Pole Award in car 41. Had a chance to chat with him briefly in the driver's meeting, or right before the driver's meeting. They were ready to go. His team was, as we see Woody Howard in the RC Paving and Sons sponsored car. He'll lead the field of the green flag. And Adam, you're with him here on pit road.
And he got everything out of that lap. 14 1,000ths of a second was the difference at the end. Very, very tight at the top. How do you guys manage that? I mean, we're talking 6/100ths back to P7. It is so close here at Langley.
Yeah, I don't know. It is like that every week. So we don't take it for granted. You know, we've been struggling in the heat out here, and the sunshine and the heat. Obviously, the middle of the summer. That's been our our struggle, but now it's cooling off, so it kind of came back to us. We've been trying to make the car better in the heat, but luckily tonight it's cooling off, and hopefully that goes in our favor.
You guys are looking for win number 5 on the year. It's been a terrific season for the Revamp 41 team.
That's right. Yeah, we're having a good time. Really focusing on trying to learn a lot now to get ready for Martinsville for the Triple Crown. Greg, he's obviously looks like he's got the championship here about locked up, so he's been hard to beat, and I know he's gonna be hard to beat again here tonight. So we're trying a few things here tonight too, so we're hoping we can just take off and maybe we'll pull the win out in the first race.
Well, best of luck to you. Congratulations. That's Woody Howard. And yeah, to his point, Brian, they are very much alive in the Triple Crown. Top 5 going to Martinsville with a shot at it. That's Woody Howard with a pole here tonight.
Woody Howard, we talked about it, the most wins in 2025. His last win came on June 21st. Ready to go after it here tonight. He'll start from the catbird seat. He'll lead the field of the green flag for the first of 2 50-lap Hoosier driver late models. He'll be joined alongside Greg Edwards, the current point standings leader in car number 21. He'll fire off outside of row number 1. Starting in third will be Cody Bryant. Ryan Matthews, he posted the 4th fastest lap, and Danny Edwards will start P5. Riley Music was 6th here this evening at Langley Speedway. 7th, make that Riley Music was 5th. We're updating our monitor here. Let's reread that, I should say. So it's Woody Howard. He is the fastest here in Mosquito Joe pole qualifying. He'll lead the field of the green flag. We'll do this again. Greg Edwards posted the 2nd fastest lap. Cody Bryant was 3rd. Ryan Matthews 4th, and Danny Edwards rounds out the top 5. Riley Music posted the 6th fastest lap. Cole Bruce was 7th. Donovan Edwards 8th. 9th to Craig Eastep. And Michael Rogers making his return. He posted the 10th quickest lap. 11th was Chris Horton Jr. Wesley Slimp in his first oval race for the late model stock car. He'll fire off 12th. And Doug Warren will start shotgun in car number 45. Let's go back through the championship standings and make sure we give you the correct points here coming into each series. So the old school video game Super Streets with 5 victories this year. That is Sammy Gaeta, the defending race winner. They'll actually have their 10th race of the year. Jacob Wood is 2nd in the championship standings, 27 points back. And Gordon Weeks is 34 points back. We've had 3 different winners in the old school video game Super Streets. The most recent winner, again, Sammy Gaeta with 5. 2 wins for Dale Nichols this year and 2 wins for Landon Abbott. Let's update the point standings for the Pepsi Grand Stocks. This is their 9th race of the year. Paul Lubno has the most wins, 4, and he is the point standings leader. He leads by 16 points over Bill Aker. Nate Lundeen is 3rd. Gary Kidder's 4th, and Tim Wilson rounds out the top 5. 2 different winners, Lubno with 4 and Tim Wilson. The most recent race winner 2 weeks ago, he has 4 victories. Let's update the championship standings for the VA811.com Pro 6s. It's Matt Dale That's the point standings leader, not Andrew Roten. So Matt Dale, the most recent winner, 2 victories. Their last race was on July the 26th. So Matt Dale, the 2 last races, he won. He also won the season opening race, giving him 3 wins total. And Andrew Roten has 3 wins as well, so 2 different winners in that series. Chris Bechtel is currently second in the points, just 3 points behind Matt Dale. Ray Rollman is third, Andrew Roten is fourth, and Debbie Biesecker rounds out the top 5. For the Farley Financial U-Cars, it's Thomas Fontaine. He has won the last 2 races. He is your point standings leader with 5 victories. Jason Auckland is second, 5 points back. He has 1 win. And then Mikey Chin is currently third in the Farley Financial U-Cars Championship standings. He also has 1 win back on April the 5th. He's 22 points out of the lead from Thomas Fontaine. Zach Hardline and Lee Reddit are 4th and 5th respectively in the championship standings. 3 different winners. Fontaine has the most with 5. Auckland has 1 win, and Mikey Chin also has 1 victory. The most recent race winner was Thomas Fontaine. In the Portsmouth Army Navy Enduro Series, they are coming out now for practice. It's Zach Hardline, your current point standings leader. He has 4 victories, finished third in the most recent race 2 weeks ago. Alex Floroff is second in the championship standings, 9 points back. He has 1 victory. The defending race winner, you heard his name a moment ago, it's Thomas Fontaine. He won back on August the 9th. And then right now it's Danny Franklin fourth, and Ryan Benson rounds out the top 5 in the Portsmouth Army Navy Enduro Series. And Ryan Benson has had 3 consecutive 4th place finishes in the last 3 races. Again, big thanks to everybody tuned in on Facebook Live and YouTube. Dustin Maxwell is watching. He says Conrad is a monster on road courses too. Our own Raymond Haynes is tuned in. Terry Fuller says let's go Rally Music Racing. Debbie says let's go Rally Music in the 47 car. Ian Bell says, yep, we're racing the same night as the NASCAR Cup Series. They're competing down in the Sunshine State at Daytona International Speedway. We got Brendan Queen tuned in. He actually, as you heard earlier, showed up on our scoring monitor. And Brendan Queen had a great run in the ARCA Menard Series this weekend, so thanks for tuning in. Butterbean, our 3-time late model stock car champ here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. So that's going to do it for our qualifying coverage presented by Mosquito Joe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, hop in the car. Bring the kids, bring the entire family, bring your neighbors as well. Get to the racetrack before 7 o'clock, or about an hour and a half from now. We have tickets on sale at the box office. We'd love to have you at the racetrack. Follow us on all the social media channels. And come on and let's go racing this evening. If you can't get here for the Smiley's Heating and Cooling Night at the racetrack, tune in to Flow Racing, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for live flag-to-flag coverage of an exciting night of racing with not 1 but 2 premier races for our series, the Who's Your Driver Late Models, coming up here this evening. For Adam Welbrock, I am Brian White. Thanks for tuning in.